It's the opener at Globe Life Field as the Chicago Cubs take on the Texas Rangers. Seiya in the air to left center field. Evan Carter races back. It is gone. Ben Brown, first start of the year. 4 scoreless, hitless innings. Line drive left center. It's a hit for Michael Busch. Into the gap. 2-run score. Here comes another. Into the gap. Underneath it. Makes the catch. Cubs win. Second 10-game winning streak of the season for the 2026 Chicago Cubs. If you don't know, now you know. The Chicago Cubs are playing some great baseball in the midst of their second winning streak of 10 games this season. The boys will look for number 11 in a row tonight. It is game 2 of 3 tonight at Globe Life Field as the Chicago Cubs take on the Texas Rangers. Breaking news, the Chicago Cubs have the best record in Major League Baseball, 27-12, 1 game ahead of the New York Yankees and the Atlanta Braves. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. I'm Alex Cohen. This is Jim DeShays, and Elise Menaker joins us shortly. JD, how about that best team in baseball? Those Chicago Cubs are playing great.
Yeah, and, you know, they got a winning percentage approaching 700. And you don't do that without contributions from all over, all facets of the game. They're the best defensive team in baseball. They're scoring a ton of runs. Pitching has been solid, if not spectacular. It's all added up to some great baseball and a lot of fun to watch.
Talk about the pitching. You talk about the defense. How about Seiya Suzuki with that home run last night?
Yeah, 2 big swings to the bat for the Cubs in the game last night. A bases-clearing double from Michael Busch and this 2-run homer from Seiya Suzuki. This is a very difficult home run park, but Seiya can make any park look small. He absolutely obliterated that baseball with a man on base, and it wasn't just last night. Over the last couple of weeks, he's been red hot. Check out these numbers, folks. Last 15 games, Seiya batting .351. He's hit 7 home runs. That's a .754 slugging percentage. Could be headed to an all-star game if he keeps rolling like this.
He obliterated that baseball. That's some good offense. How about the pitching matchup tonight? It is Jack Leiter against Edward Cabrera. Leiter pretty good in his last start. Overall this season, a 5.45 ERA, 43 strikeouts, 38 innings pitched. Edward Cabrera, 3.27 ERA, 37 Ks, 14 walks, 41 in the 3rd innings. And JD, he has been so consistent so far this season.
Yeah, you know, pretty much every time out there, he gives you 5 2/3, 6 innings, a 3-run ball. This will be his first ever start against the Texas Rangers. You know, look out for that changeup. That's his money pitch, but it's not his only weapon. Good curveball, and he can light up the fastball at 97 miles per hour.
All right, Edward Cabrera against Jack Leiter. Game 2 of a 3-game set. Can the Cubs get to 11 consecutive victories? Fun times for the Cubbies. Can they continue them? Starting lineups, first pitch, coming up next. Chicago Cubs Baseball Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by the Bob Lacurcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. By Circa Sports. And by your local Hyundai dealer. Find the dealer nearest you at buyhyundai.com. Great shots from last night. Cubs 7, Rangers 1. That was game 1 of a 3-game set. It's now game 2 here at Globe Life Field. Alex Cohen, Jim DeShays, Elise Menaker here on the call. Cubs have won 11 consecutive, should be 10 consecutive games, looking for their 11th and for more on that winning streak and the good playing. Let's go down to Elise Menaker. Elise.
Alex, look, if you know me, you know I'm not a good cook. Cole Wright knows that better than anyone because I bring in tuna fish and egg salad to work. But I can tell you about the recipe for success for the Chicago Cubs team. Craig Counsell talking about it after the game, saying we can win in different ways. We are a well-rounded group, so on any given night, we have what it takes. The pitching, he's like, you know, what Ben Brown did yesterday, that was unexpected to say the least, giving them 4, but they continue to get good starting pitching, and they continue to put pressure on opposing offenses just by getting on base all the time. And I love the way Nico Horner put it, that when you control the controllables at a high level, that's what good teams do. So good defense, how you carry yourself, good base running. We all know the offense, that's going to come and go, but guys, when you do those little things right, this is what can happen.
Appreciate it, Elise. Cubs continue to play good baseball. We will continue to give you our keys to the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer. JD.
What are our keys to the game? Here they are. Howdy, y'all. See, we're in Texas, so Edward Cabrera saying howdy to the Texans here tonight because this is his first ever start against the Texas Rangers. Jack, be quick. Jack Leiter for the Rangers, he throws really hard. He's got an elite four-seam fastball, averages right around 97 miles per hour. And Seiya, as we mentioned on our open, he's been swinging a hot bat. He now has a 980 OPS, that on-base plus slugging of 980. Among those with at least 100 plate appearances, would be 7th best in Major League Baseball, 3rd best in the National League. He doesn't have enough at-bats to qualify yet because of his time on the IL earlier, but he'll get there eventually.
Good keys, JD. Jack Leiter on the mound, and we're getting ready for the Cubs lineup. Nico Horner, Michael Conforto, Alex Bregman, 1, 2, 3. Middle of the order for the Cubs, Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki, and Michael Busch, 4, 5, 6. And then 7, 8, 9 for the Cubs, Carson Kelly, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Dansby Swanson.
Jack Leiter, 26 years old. He was the 2nd overall pick in the 2021 draft out of Vanderbilt. He's that good velo on the heater we talked about, averaging just about 97 miles per hour. And the breaking pitches, though, have been a little bit of a problem for him. Opposing hitters hitting .324 against his breaking stuff with a .730 slugging percentage. So it's fastball, changeup, slider, occasional cutter, and curveball.
Like a Vanderbilt alumni game. Vanderbilt alumni series saw Kumar Rocker yesterday, Jack Leiter today. Dansby Swanson in the lineup for the Cubs. He's hitting 9th and hitting 1st. It's Nico Horner. Leiter against Horner. And the first pitch of the evening. It's a strike count, 0-1, and we are underway here at Globe Life Field.
See the numbers on Nico. That batting average is starting to dip here lately. Featuring a robust .356 on base percentage.
Nico takes it low and away.
Take a look at the pitch mix from Leiter and how effective they are. The swing and miss rate, the whiff rate, better than league average on all of those offerings. For the season, he strikes out about 26% of the batters he faces. That's a good bit above league average. See the four-seamer, and he can beat you in the zone with that fastball too. Good chase on the changeup and the slide ball.
Nico fouls it back at the screen. That was a 98 for Jack Leiter. Last start, struck out 10 for his hardest fastball of the year at 99.4 miles per hour. Two to Nico. Right back to Leiter. Short arms it to first, but it's one out here in the first.
Leiter threw the first pitch tonight. He caught the first pitch last night, the ceremonial first pitch. His mom threw the pitch, and he was the catcher for that Mother's Day weekend here.
Mother's Day tomorrow, pitches tonight. Caught the first pitch last night. Full weekend. Michael Conforto takes the first pitch for a ball. Conforto on base in 8 out of his last 10 plate appearances.
Had an opportunity to start last night. He's been swinging a hot bat. Back out there tonight as Moises Ballesteros takes a seat. Craig Counsell riding the hot hand.
Conforto swings and misses. Conforto is 15 for his last 34, hitting .375 this season, again over the 16-game stretch. 14 for 31. Hitting .452 with 8 extra base hits. Inside corner called strike. And Jack Leiter using fastball early, clips the bottom of the zone at 97. 2-2. Line drive right center field, and that's a hit to the gap and to the track. Michael Conforto Stops at second, continues to hit. It's a one-out double here in the first.
Well, Leiter continued to pump fastballs in there, and Conforto squared one up. This is something we've seen time and time again from Conforto here lately. It's a challenge heater, and he smokes it in the alley in right center. And this double is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year and 200,000-mile warranty on every new car. And you can hear the Cub fans. There's a bunch of them here again tonight.
So Michael Conforto, 1-out, 2-bagger. Here's Alex Bregman. Takes a heater inside. Bregman yesterday 1 for 5 runs scored. The pitch rolled over, foul.
Last year, Leiter 10-10 with a 3.86 ERA. He made 29 starts his first full year in the big leagues. Finished 7th in the American League Rookie of the Year voting.
Initially made his debut in 2024. This is his first ever outing against the Cubs. Pop up from Bregman, right side, turning foul, and into the third row of seats. Alex Bregman got a lot of early work today. He was out on the field, really the only one hitting for about 30 minutes. That was before the regularly scheduled batting practice. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Explosive 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Bregman, he's good in there, but just got beat.
So Leiter strikes out Bregman. Ian Happ with a 29-game on-base streak. Takes a strike.
Challenge.
Chicago's challenged on the strike call.
ABS is powered by T-Mobile. It just clips the
Chicago
top of the strike zone.
is down to 1 challenge.
So first inning challenge. Cubs have 1 left. Jet swing from Happ. Didn't go around. Ian yesterday RBI single in the first. Also drew a walk. And that's taken up and in.
You know, some guys it takes a while to get up to speed. Not so with Leiter. He's had that best fastball from pitch 1 of this game.
Two 2-1. Just low. There's a 4-seamer and a sinker. 4-seamer 41% of the time. Sinker just 5% of the time. It's ball 4. 30-game on-base streak for Ian Happ. First one for a Cub since the man, the myth, the legend, Brian LaHare in 2012.
Well, an early opportunity now for Suzuki, who's been red hot with a couple of men on base. Leiter's been really aggressive with that fastball. Let's see if he maintains that approach to Seiya.
Seiya hit his 7th home run of the season last night off the Lockheed Martin side. Left center field here at Globe Life Field. Beyond the bullpen. Takes a strike. Since April 21st, look at the home run leaders. Byron Buxton. But a trio of Japanese sluggers. Suzuki, Murakami, Okamoto, and Matt Olson.
3 Japanese sluggers, but no Ohtani.
Didn't have that on my bingo card. Seiya skies it to right. It's turning foul. It'll stay foul.
Not in this situation, but would expect the Cubs to be aggressive on the bases again here tonight. They stole 3 bases in last night's game. Rangers catchers don't throw particularly well. Leiter's been pretty easy to run on in his career, albeit small sample. Last year base stealers were 17 out of 18 with Jack on the mound.
Yesterday it was Danny Jansen behind the plate. Today it's Kyle Higashioka.
Higashioka has caught all of Leiter's starts so far this year. This is his 8th start, and Kyle's been back there for all of them.
Another foul ball from Seiya.
Cubs have to start here tonight reminiscent of what we saw last night. Just deep counts, fouling off pitches, staying in at bats, making the opposing pitcher work.
Pitch number 25 coming up for Leiter. 2-2. Upstairs. Well, not only is Seiya swinging the bat well, drawing a lot of walks. On base percentage at .414. 2 free passes yesterday. Runners will be off. Here's the 3-2. Rolled over foul. Will do it again. And a nice mix of Rangers and Cubs fans in attendance. They're all getting loud. Here's a 3-2. Say gets a piece.
Leiter relying on that 4-seam fastball. That's a pitch that will generate a lot of foul balls.
Another payoff pitch. Popped up towards second. Duran and Seager next to each other. Seager makes the catch, and it ends the top of the first. Cubs strand a pair. Edward Cabrera on the mound for the Cubs makes the start. We'll see him in the bottom of the first. 0-0 bottom 1 here at Globe Life Field. Getting ready for the Rangers lineup, and it's brought to you by Ford. Nimmo, Duran, Seager 1, 2, 3, Young, Carter, former Cub Peterson 4, 5, 6, Ozuna, Higashioka, and Foscue 7, 8, 9.
Edward Cabrera is going to pitch for the Cubs tonight. The big smooth. He relies on his changeup, throws it to almost 35% of the time. 8 punch-outs last time, and the Cubs are 6-1 in his 7 starting assignments. He personally 3-0, 3.27 earned run average.
Big smooth, about to call him Electric Eddie. Seen this fastball get up to 98.6 miles per hour this season. Oh, 0-1 delivery. Called strike.
That's the changeup at 92.
The pitch. Another changeup at 92.
Left-right splits for Cabrera. Pretty neutral.
Bounces that one.
Let's take a look at those splits, shall we? Righty's hitting 250, 289 on base, 375 slug. Lefty's doing a bit better across the board.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. One batter face, one strikeout for Edward Cabrera.
83-mile-an-hour change piece, it looked like.
Cabrera combined in his previous 2 starts, 15 strikeouts, 32 swings and misses. There's a 97-mile-per-hour heater.
So Edward Cabrera, as I mentioned, has a 3.27 earned run average, which you think that's good, right? That's quite good. Good bit better than league average. It's only good enough for 41st in Major League Baseball.
Really?
There's some guys putting years together.
Dansby Swanson to first, 2 away. Here's Corey Seager. Mired in a 6 for 43 slump. 0 for 4 yesterday. He is quite aggressive.
Yeah, he's very aggressive. He's going to try to swing his way out of this funk. And he's been very successful doing it for a long time now, over 10 years in the big leagues. Outstanding career numbers.
Not only a couple World Series, but a couple World Series MVPs.
His strikeout rate is up significantly. Gotten beat by fastballs so far this year.
0-2 from Cabrera. Wave and a miss, strike 3. Edward Cabrera, 1-2-3 frame with a pair of punch outs. 0-0. We're on to the second. No score. Seiya Suzuki to lead things off. This will be Michael Busch to lead things off here in the second inning. Alex Cohen, Jim DeShays, and let's send it down to Elise Menaker somewhere here in Globe Life Field. Elise.
Oh, you guys, we talked about this yesterday. Remember the nacho sombrero? Or sombrero?
I remember.
Yeah, well, they're eating it. And so I got it. Okay, here's the thing, guys. You can't put it on your head. This would be an absolute disaster. So I'm going to go around, like JD suggested yesterday, and I'm going to give away free nachos. People have already been eating them. I don't even have my sign up, and they're already grabbing them. So we're going to give this a go.
How heavy is that,
Do you like
Elise?
this?
That looks really heavy.
It does. Got to do your curls. That is a
You
lot of
guys,
guac.
The biggest accomplishment today will be if I don't drop this.
Yeah,
okay?
that's
But I don't work out for nothing.
no.
So here we go.
The big accomplishment would
So
be
we're
if you
just
put
going
it
to
on
walk
your
around.
head. Nachos, get your nachos. Free nachos here.
You
Where's
want
your
some?
sign?
I have free nachos.
Free nachos.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, hold on. Where's the dip? You tell me the spot. Right here, this side? All right.
Anywhere. They're free. And you just, no double dipping, though.
No double dipping. Okay, one dip.
You want some?
Everything's bigger in
Wow, you already have that hot dog, though, sir. Oh, those are not.
Elise, we're going to check back in on you later. You better have some for us, but I somehow doubt it. We'll check in on you later, Elise.
Have fun.
Go interact with the fans. She's going to be a fan favorite. Free nachos are the best nachos.
The other guy was, he got like a Louisville Slugger hot dog.
Carson Kelly takes it upstairs. Michael Busch with a leadoff single. Continues to swing it.
Cubs failed to score in the first inning, but they made Leiter work awfully hard, so nothing coming easy for the pitchers against this Cubs lineup these days. And if you shut this Cub group down right now, you've earned it.
Carson Kelly, ball 4. First 2 aboard here in the second. Yeah, there's the most pitches seen first inning this season. Tonight and last night, all in the top 4. Didn't help Kumar Rocker yesterday. We'll see how it impacts Jack Leiter tonight. Two on, nobody out. PCA lifts it to left. Ozuna, long run towards the corner, and he makes the catch.
And he kind of disappeared from our view down the left field line. He was running out of real estate, and he makes a nice catch, and then hard up against the wall.
Over the shoulder. So now another Commodore versus Commodore matchup. Jack Leiter, Dansby Swanson. Pride and joy of Vanderbilt. Both pitcher and hitter. Dansby swings and misses. If you're interested in Vanderbilt alumni, Walker Buehler, Sonny Gray, David Price, and most importantly, Flash, Ryan Flaherty.
Yeah, that's a good group, man. What a program they put together down there.
Dansby rolls it to third, just goes foul as it trickles down the line. You know who else was ticketed for Vandy before he got drafted in the first round of high school?
No.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
Oh, yeah.
Dansby steps out of the box.
Yeah, something in his eye, I believe.
Two from Leiter. Swing and a miss, strike three.
Oh, good changeup there. And he, like Cabrera, has a hard changeup. That went at 90 miles per hour under the hands of Dansby.
So it's first and second, nobody out. Now first and second, 2 outs. Nico, a ground out, hitting .277 now this season in the midst of a 1-for-15 slump. They stop by Higashioka. Brings a meeting at the mound.
Interesting, huh? There was a mid-at-bat meeting at the mound last night as well.
So Jack Leiter gave up a single to Michael Busch, walked Carson Kelly, retired the last 2. But Nico Horner-up, who over the course of the last year and 2 months, has been so good with runners in scoring position.
Gordon Teagues is the pitching coach for the Texas Rangers. He's out there to drop a little knowledge on young Jack Leiter. Probably said, whatever you do, don't hang him.
One up. Popped up behind home plate, and it's fouling out of play. JD, you know what I'm trying to figure out? How many calories that Nacho Sombrero is? 3, 4? Higher, lower, over, under?
Yeah, no clue.
I'm gonna go over. Nico slashes that foul. I mean, look at that.
Oh, they're starting to break away. Big chunks of the sombrero. There's a sign. Free nachos, no double dipping. How's that bicep feeling, Elise? How's that left bicep? Starting to quake. Starting to quake a little bit.
I better not be. This is about to get real embarrassing real fast if it does.
Nico Horner to center, and he lines out. Hard hit ball, nothing to show for it. Cubs, they strand a pair. Get those bicep curls in, Elise, to the bottom of the second. Here at Globe Life Field, Edward Cabrera, 1-2-3 inning in the first with 2 strikeouts. Sees Josh Young to begin the second. Fires a fastball, quickly gets ahead. No balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, you would think advantage pitchers here in the early going, for the most part, most of the hitters on both sides tonight have not faced the opposing pitcher. A couple exceptions. There's that good changeup. And with a big healthy rip, but he comes up empty. Brandon Nimmo of the Rangers has 16 career at-bats against Cabrera. Peterson has 4. McCutchen has 1. Nobody else in the Ranger club has faced him.
0-2. Swing and a tip foul. Just got a piece.
For the Rangers hitters, it's kind of like the anti-Dorothy. There's no place like road, because home has not been kind to them. Having a major league worst 209 are the Rangers here in their home ballpark.
Clubs at the right center. Pete Crow Armstrong into the gap, looks up, and it's gone.
Josh Young, however, an exception. He's been fine here. And that's just the 8th home run that the Rangers have hit in their home stadium.
His 5th of the year, 1-0 Rangers.
This is an impressive swing of the bat. All up above the belt, outer third, good flat swing, drives it the other way.
To the bullpen. Young with that swing snapped an 0-for-12 skid. Prior to that, had a 17-game hitting streak. Here's a strike. One delivery. That might hurt. Off the shoe tops.
Carter hitting just $177. He has speed, so if he gets on, he's a threat to run.
No bueno.
Builds character.
Who for the pitcher or the hitter?
The hitter.
Well, the pitcher, that's what you want too. Rangers this year went scoring first. 12-3. Scored first tonight. Last night they didn't score first and suffered one of their 18 losses. Jim, you brought up how much better the Rangers are on the road offensively. There's a lot of teams on the road this year just playing great baseball in general. Cubs 9-7 on the road. They've won 3 straight, but that's not even close to the best in the National League. Cardinals this year 13-5 on the road. Nats 13-7. Braves 13-6 as Evan Carter walks.
I think most managers would tell you if they get to play around 500 ball on the road a little bit better and do a lot of damage at home, they'd be fine with that. So they did indeed put Carter on base. He swiped 5 bags this year. He has not been caught. And Cabrera, over the course of his career, has been pretty easy to run on.
Cabrera throws back to first. Peterson swings and misses.
89 degrees outside at game time tonight. 79 in here with the roof closed. Haven't opened it up very much. I don't know that anybody would want it open when it's 89.
Yeah, that was my
degrees
question.
out.
Yeah. Runners off. Throw down to second. It's not in time.
Make it 6 out of 6 for Carter.
Dansby with a quick tag, but Evan Carter gets into scoring position. Nobody out, bottom 2. A home run from Josh Young, walk, and a stolen base from Evan Carter. 2-1. $89 degrees too hot for you. Would you want roof closed or roof open? You're pitching. What do you want?
Closed. Absolutely closed.
Peterson to right. It's a single. Evan Carter stops at third. That'll bring runners at the corners with nobody out.
Jock Peterson out there going, you can't score on that base hit. I can't get an RBI out of this. And Carter is drifting back towards the base. Ball hit on a line, so he's not able to get a real good jump. Corey Ragsdale, the third base coach, with the stop sign. With nobody out, absolutely the right move. Early visit here from Tommy Hotovy.
Goes out to talk to Edward Cabrera before Alejandro Ozuna steps in. 1-0 Rangers. Crowd starting to get loud because they have Get Loud on the enormous video board in right center field.
Yeah, they're firing the folks up.
Metal music. Here's Ozuna, 0 for 1 yesterday.
Infield back, playing for 2.
Swing and a miss. Ozuna started yesterday. Got pinch hit for Justin Foscue. Rangers often go into their bench early. Did it yesterday, twice with McCutchen as well. Swing and a miss. Look at Cabrera working from the extreme first base side of the rubber. 0-2 delivery. Breaking ball bounced, and a nice stop from Carson Kelly. Very important with a runner at third.
You know, Cabrera's thinking punch out here after getting the jump on Ozuna. Strike him out, then get your ground ball, double play, and get out of here without giving anything up.
Ozuna stays alive. A good curveball from Edward Cabrera. Upstairs. Having some difficulty putting away hitters here in the second inning after 2 strikeouts in the first. Payoff pitch. Flare, left side, base hit. Carter scores. Peterson stops at second. RBI single. Alejandro Ozuna. It is 2-0 Rangers.
A bit of a softie, but a good bit of hitting. A changeup that was off the plate, out away from Ozuna. He just reaches out and flicks it the other way. That's pretty impressive. Pitch way off the outside corner. He was up, and that's what allowed him to get to it.
Flare to left. Strike from Cabrera. So here in the second, solo homer, walk, single, single. Cabrera to Kyle Higashioka. Swing and a miss. Edward Cabrera's first 2 starts as a Cub didn't allow a run. JD was saying this in the open. Since he's been more in the 6 innings, 3 runs, quality start. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 3rd strikeout for Edward Cabrera. Highest chase rate. Edward Cabrera 36%. Everybody trailing Shota Imanaga, but Cubs have 2 of the top 8 among qualified pitchers. Average in Major League Baseball just under 30%. How about that? Shota Imanaga 40%, 39.9, rounding up.
Yes, we're talking chase rate that swings at pitches out of the strike zone.
Rounder to third. Throw to second. There's one. Over to first. A big double play. Around the horn. 5-4-3. Nice job, Edward Cabrera, to get out of it. 2-0 Rangers lead onto the third. Live odds brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. 2-3-4 due up for the Cubs. Michael Conforto takes a strike. There's been some traffic on Jack Leiter. Stranded a pair in the first. Stranded a pair in the second.
Yeah, first and second, nobody out. Last inning, they failed to advance the base runners. This is what they do, though. They put a lot of pressure on opposing pitchers, and more often than not lately they've been cashing a lot of them in.
It's an off-speed pitch taken for a strike. Side at 97. Conforto had a bloop double yesterday, hard hit double for the first inning tonight. Great take at 98. Leiter 3-2. Upstairs, ball 4. Time for Home Depot, working on a win. Cubs, most runs per game this season. They surpass the Braves. 5.51 runs per game for the Cubs, leading all of Major League Baseball. First pitch to Bregman, low and away. JD, how about Michael Conforto now on base? 10 out of his last 12 plate appearances.
Yeah, just the way he's taking pitches. We talked last night about him getting off his A swing almost every at bat. Just obviously seeing the ball really well, playing with a lot of confidence. Just reaching back, trying to throw that one 105 miles an hour. Highest walk rate. Cubs lead the way. Times, you know, when you walk a lot, you tend to strike out a lot because you run a lot of deep counts, but that's not the case with the Cubs.
Check swing from Bregman, one around this time. A symptom of a good team. Walk a lot, strike out a little. Alex Bregman's been walking a lot. Despite a small slump, he did go around there. Bregman chops it to third. It's off the glove of Young and into left field. Conforto to third. Bregman a wide turnaround first. He'll stay there. Rangers defense has struggled recently, and they struggle here in the third.
More pressure, more base runners. Prickly situation now for Leiter. Play that needs to be made by a big league third baseman. An easy play, but a play that should have been made.
So fielder's choice E5.
Was it the fielder's choice not to catch it? I don't understand why that's a fielder's choice and not just an E5. Cub fans are getting stirred up.
Strike to Happ.
Leiter's dad Al had an outstanding major league career, won 162 games, pitched about 20 years in the big leagues.
Also broadcasted. Now ball drill, much crossover with Al?
No. He came in when he broke in with the Yankees in the American League. I was in the National League. And by the time he came over to the National League, my career was over. Al broke in 1987. He pitched until 2005. He was 39 years old when he finally shut it down.
Heck of a career. Swing and a miss, strike three. It's not just Jack and Al, it's the rest of the family. Uncle Mark pitched in the big leagues 1990 to 1999, 2001. Former Cub Mark Leiter Jr. His cousin, 2017 to present. Al and Mark Leiter, first MLB brothers to each have a son to play in the majors.
Mark Jr. is with the Athletics.
First pitch strike here to Seiya Suzuki.
Cubs left 2 men on in the first, 2 more in the second. Looking for a big swing.
Seiya takes it low and away.
Yoshioka's pretty nimble back there behind the plate. He's got good hands. He's quick. Gives a nice low target. One thing he doesn't do well is throw.
Bregman on first. Conforto at third. They throw back at Bregman.
No, it's not a real threat to steal. If Alex is stealing, then they really like the numbers. The Leiter's time to the plate and Higashioka's pop time.
Ooh, that's an uncomfortable swing from Seiya.
Haven't seen a whole lot of that lately. He's been pretty well locked in, but he got fooled looking for a heater here.
One, two. On the challenge.
Texas is challenged on the ball call.
It's a call, third
Texas
strike.
has 2 challenges remaining.
So back-to-back big strikeouts for Jack Leiter. Michael Busch yesterday, bases clearing double. Today so far, 1 for 1 with a single. Takes that upstairs. Michael Busch saw a lot of pitches yesterday. In fact, second most in baseball in a single game this year. Austin Martin, not the car, the player, but Aston Martin. 38 pitches on April 1st. There's Michael Busch. Takes that one for a strike. One. High and tight.
Yeah, the Rangers threw what 187 pitches in that ball game last night.
Felt like 287.
Yes. A byproduct of the approach that the Cubs hitters have taken this year, just being really patient, looking for something they can drive. Once you get to 2 strikes, you have to be willing to change that approach a little bit. Identifying what pitches you do damage on. Leiter wanted that one. No challenge coming from Higashioka, and he was right. The ball was high.
Leaders count for Michael Busch. 12 runs batted in May so far. Inside ball 4.
Nice calling a foul tip.
Busch dropped his bat. He was about to head down to first.
A little half swing here from Michael. Let's see if we can see whether he made contact with this or not. Yep.
Full count. 2 out. 2-0 Cubs trail. 2 on for the Cubs. 3-2 pitch. Look out.
Ooh. Ugly finder.
Foul ball didn't hit anybody, but a player or two in the Rangers dugout just hit the deck. Head on a swivel. 3-2. There's the walk. Better late than never. And now the base is loaded for the Cubs.
And the pitch count continues to climb for Leiter. Now it's 66 pitches. And another mound visit. Just trying to give him a blow. He's working awfully hard. And this is a very important plate appearance now for Carson Kelly with the bases juice. He's worked around a lot of traffic. Leiter has already here tonight.
Leiter already has 4 walks. Happ, Bush, Carson Kelly, and Michael Conforto. And the 4 walks for Leiter, tied for a season high. Three ducks on the pond for Carson Kelly. First pitch. Kelly sprays it foul.
We talk about the Cubs and all the traffic they've been able to generate. More traffic than anybody. 786 plate appearances with men on base. A little bit surprised to see the Pirates on that list.
Maybe both. Carson Kelly takes it low and away. Pirates coming into today 21-18. But they're 6 games back of the Cubs. Saw them in April. We'll see them in late May in Pittsburgh at PNC Park. 1-1. Outside.
He's got a good eye. Carson Kelly really knows the strike zone. And he proves it on the daily with his challenges behind the plate.
Popped up. Shallow right. Nimmo makes the catch. Cubs strand, the base is loaded. Bags full, do not score. They're down 2-0. Bottom third at Globe Life Field. Cubs trailing by a score of 2-0. Alex Cohen, Jim DeShays. And we have Elise Menaker, and we should check in with Elise Menaker with a nacho sombrero. Elise, what's going on?
Alex, it's going fast. People have done some damage. It's a hit. I had one guy come up to me saying he was looking for me because he heard that I was giving this away, and he came and found me so we could have a nacho. I mean,
power of
I feel
social
like
media.
that says it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He said he got a text from a friend. So everyone's coming up. I thought I would get a little more resistance. Like people might find this a little
Off-putting.
gross. Walking around, yeah. But not the case at all. Everyone's like, can I have some? And Rangers fans, Cubs fans, we're trying to feed the Cubs fans, but you know,
Yeah, you're bringing people together, Elise. You're bringing people together.
Cubs, Rangers
That's
fans.
literally,
Unite.
I've never felt.
Quite so popular.
I've never felt like. Kinda, like so kind too, like the way you're saying, like everyone is just coming together. I don't know, I'm just like the peacemaker with this thing.
Yeah.
Cubs, Rangers fans unite. Good news travels fast. Thanks so much, Elise.
Hey, if there's any hits in that thing, go take it down to the dugout. Feed the boys.
There's some left.
Some rally nachos.
Look like all the protein is gone, but some of the carbs still remain.
Yeah, there's plenty of damage to be done there. Duran opting not to challenge that pitch. It was borderline. He's been on a bit of a heater, this guy. Had a nice game last night. Played all over. He played second, played left, played right. He's got speed.
It's right back. Edward Cabrera underhands to first. One away.
Cabrera could use a quickie here. It's 2 up, 2 down. And get through Seager, get back in the dugout, and give the boys a chance to get something going. Good breaking ball. And produces that little soft contact comebacker.
A little bouncy as he stepped back onto the mound. Seager once again swings at the first pitch.
Yeah, so it becomes a risk-reward proposition for the pitcher. You know how aggressive he is, so you want to be careful. But if you can make a quality pitch, you could, have a one-pitch at bat.
Or like he did, get ahead in the count. Seager lashes that foul. Cubs are down 2-0. Rangers score on a solo home run from Josh Young, RBI single, Alejandro Ozuna. Cubs have had their chances. They've stranded 7 through 3 innings. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Edward Cabrera quickly 1-2-3 inning. On Monday, May 18th, the Brewers come to town for the first time this season. Tickets for the 3-game series are still available at Cubs.com/tickets. Pete Armstrong takes a strike. I heard that. I also just heard Jim Deshaies start a "Let's Go Cubs" chant up here in the press box. He got some people chanting along.
Yeah, we got a lot of Cub fans just down below us. So just gotta give them something to get fired up about here.
You signed a lot of post-game autographs. What stadium, road stadium, do you sign the most autographs in? Is there like any stadium people waiting out for you? You're signing cards?
Oh no. No, just if they're in proximity to the booth.
Got it.
Like the guy yesterday had a telescoping boomstick or something.
Underhand at first, just gets Pete. Yeah, it was quite the contraption to get autographs, and he was going from booth to booth to booth. He got Coom, he got Pat.
At McCoy Stadium in Pawtucket, long time home of the Paw Sox. Above the visiting dugout, the way that the dugout was constructed, the fans were up above you, and they would use like string, and they would just dangle baseballs down.
That's awesome. That sounds very Cape Cod League of them. Dansby past the first baseman Foscue, and it's into shallow right field. Dansby thinking about 2, heads there. The throw is wide, and Dansby swats it with a hustle double.
Well, hustle double indeed. I had already marked my scorecard. Base hit to right. Time to make a change. Good hustle, getting himself into scoring position. Saw Nico last night, a little comebacker, a little ground ball up the middle. The shortstop and second baseman collided. Nico got all the way to second. Here's Dansby. He's got the ball in front of him. Burst of speed as he hits the bag.
There's some guarantees with Dansby Swanson. Really good defender, very durable, and a really good base runner.
Yeah, and a lot of times plays like that, when you push plays like that, it's a scouting report play. If an outfielder has a reputation of not having a great arm or not a particularly accurate arm, you're going to want to be aggressive. Nimmo has a strong enough arm. I can't tell you whether he has an accurate arm or not. I know he does not grade out well defensively overall. Part of the reason why the Mets traded him to the Rangers.
Nico, grounder up the middle. Seager gobbles it up, throws to first, gets Nico. Dansby Swanson over to third. On base machine, Michael Conforto up. Conforto fouls that back to the screen.
Good aggressive swing.
0-1. Leiter approaching 80 pitches. Kumar Rocker over 90 in his start yesterday through fewer than 4 innings. Both bullpens being used frequently in game 1. Ben Brown went 4 innings in his start. Expected to go 2 or 3. He went 4 scoreless, no-hit innings. And there's a strike.
Trying to go in. Actually missed high.
Remember, Cubs have 1 challenge left. Lost a challenge in the first. Leiter fires. Conforto golfs it. Shallow center field. Long run, Evan Carter makes the catch, and it ends the top of the 4th. Cubs strand a runner at third. There's Al. Jack with 4 scoreless. Fourth inning of work for Edward Cabrera. 2-0 Cubs trail. Bottom 4 at Globe Life Field. First pitch from Edward Cabrera to Josh Young. It's a strike. Just nicks the bottom of the zone. Swing and a miss from Young. Josh Young got the scoring started. Second inning, opposite field, solo homer. 5th of the year. A rare home run for the Rangers at home. I think the opposing team is out-homering the Rangers here at Globe Life Field. 3-to-1 ratio. Doesn't normally bode well for the home team. There's Young at home this year.
Yeah, he's been very comfortable here, obviously.
Part of that 2023 World Series winning Texas Rangers bunch, who had a lot of home runs. Foul. Young, one of the better offensive players in the AL so far. 3rd in the AL with 12 doubles. Top 10 in batting average. Top 10 in multi-hit games. He has 12. You know, I know that. The big scoreboard
right
right
there.
center.
Yeah, nice. Use all your resources. That's right.
I was told I have to go get an eye test. There's my eye test. Looking out 500 feet into right center field. Cabrera working quickly. 3-2 pitch. Hit to short. Dansby underneath his glove and into left field. And there's the 13th multi-hit game for Josh Young.
Ball really well struck by Young, and Dansby not enough time to get over there and make a play. Michael Busch having to deal with the sun coming in, the sun and the lights creating a little bit of an issue for him over there at first base.
Sun starting to set. Remember, roof closed.
And he's just giving Cabrera a thumbs up as if to say, I'm good, I can see. Going to set up good and low.
It's upstairs. But the Roof closed here at Globe Life Field. You look out into center field above the windows, and you can see the old ballpark at Arlington that's still standing. Cabrera falling behind Evan Carter here. There's a strike. JD, I was only at the ballpark at Arlington once, not for a game. It was actually at the baseball winter meetings. I liked it. I just can imagine it gets pretty steamy during the summer.
Oh, brutally so, yeah. Yeah, it was a good-looking ballpark.
Rolled over to first. Bush fields to second. They get one over to first, not in time. Tough to double off Evan Carter there. It's a fielder's choice.
And unlike this ballpark, that was a great hitter's ballpark. You'd go there sometimes on those really hot days, hot nights. 10-7 game. Could be a bit of a slog. Good work here by Michael Bush. He's been one of the better defensive first basemen in the game this year.
Peterson lines it foul. 10-7 game and a slog and no pitch clock. I bet those games were taking 3.5.
Yeah, they took a while. It's called Choctaw Stadium now, and here's where we are under the roof of Globe Life.
Meet the new boss, not quite the same as the old boss. That's line to left center field. Could be trouble. Falls in for a base hit. Picked up by Ian Happ. Here comes Young, and he scores. It's actually Evan Carter on the fielder's choice. Jock Peterson with an RBI double, and it's 3-0 Rangers.
Two-hit night for Jock Peterson. Singled last time. Nice swing here, driving this ball to left center. Splits the gap. PCA and Ian Happ converging at the same time on that ball. And I think if PCA were able to get there a step ahead of Ian and grab that, they might have been able to prevent that run from scoring.
So Jock Peterson, RBI double. Alejandro Ozuna up. RBI single in his first at bat. Over to first, and it's foul. Alejandro Ozuna been up and down between AAA Round Rock and the big leagues last couple of years. He was recalled from AAA April 22nd. And has ripped the second past Nico Horner and into right center field. Peterson scores. Alejandro Ozuna 2 for 2, and it's 4-0 Texas.
It's just center cut. Hard of the plate and up. Man has not been particularly sharp for Cabrera here tonight. That brings Tommy Hottovy out for a chat. Cabrera had allowed exactly 3 runs in each of his last 5 starts. He's not going his way here this evening.
Change up your summer. Eagle River, Wisconsin.
So that's a meeting at the mound. Edward Cabrera remains on the mound. And JD, that was the question, the issue with Edward Cabrera as a Marlin. Obviously really good stuff, explosive fastball, good changeup, but can he stay healthy and can he maintain control?
Yeah, I don't think he's ever been a command guy. He's a stuff guy. I think the question was, is there more there?
And it's not just command based on walks versus strikeouts. It is missing spots. It's leaving fastballs up.
It's hitting spots. And again, I mean, he's got good enough stuff where he doesn't have to be real precise to be effective. But if you're dreaming on Cabrera, you know what's the next level for him? That would be it. A little bit better command of his fastball and his secondary pitches. But, I mean, what he's been for the Cubs so far, and again, 3.27 ERA coming into this start. He'll take that any day.
One. Throw back to first. One. Jam foul.
Yeah, this is the stage of the game now for Craig Counsell. How aggressive do you want to be managing your bullpen? It's the fourth inning. You're down 4 runs. It's very much a winnable game. You got a lot of time yet, but you almost can feel him grinding there, trying to sort out what he wants to do. How aggressive do you want to use your bullpen and possibly burn a couple guys for tomorrow?
This might help. Second, there's one over to first, a double play on pitch number 69. A nice 6-4-3 double play. Rangers, they tack on a couple runs. Cubs finish the inning with some defense. They're down 4-0. Cubs fans, visit Cubs Trending Inside Marquee Sports Network app for all the top highlights, interviews, and must-watch moments all season long. Presented by Jeff Vukovich, your local Nationwide insurance agent. Visit jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Bregman happens Seiya.
Leiter at 81 pitches now, so in all likelihood this will be his last inning.
First pitch upstairs. This is not uncharted territory for the Cubs. Their last 2 wins have been pretty much wire to wire, but prior to that, you have the 3 walk-offs. They trailed in every single one of them.
There is action in the Ranger bullpen. They got a left-hander up. They got a left-hander with a mustache, and his name is Beeks.
Jalen Beeks. Tomahawk foul. There's a look at Craig Counsell. There's a look at Alex Bregman. Reached on an error in his last at bat. Back at the screen. Two delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Upper Deck Golf returns to Wrigley Field for 3 days only, Thursday, May 14th through Saturday, May 16th. Swing away at 9 locations throughout the ballpark. Book your tee time at upperdeckgolfing.com/Wrigley Field. That guy's got tremendous form,
doesn't he?
Big high finish. Reminds me of Mo Norman.
You a left-handed golfer or a right-handed golfer?
I'm a lefty.
Got that Phil Mickelson short game?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Precisely. 5 swings and misses.
Kind of a cross between Mickelson and Scotty Scheffler.
Wow.
A little Tiger Woods in there.
I have lofty expectations now.
You can putt like Ben Crenshaw.
I figured your game would be more like Freddie Couples. Masters Freddie Couples.
My game is more like Freddie Flintstone.
Great golfer.
Good bowler.
Another strike from Leiter. Two-two delivery. And down on strikes.
Well, if this is going to be the final inning for Leiter, he's emptying the tank here. 6 strikeouts now. Just overpowered Bregman and now beats Happ with that fastball.
Four and 2/3 scoreless for Jack Leiter. 6 Ks, but he's had men on base. He's stranded 8. He is emptying the tank here, as JD said. We've seen fastballs 98, 98. That one a 97.
The lefty peaks up and should be ready by now, so this might be his last hitter regardless. If Seiya reaches, they might bring Beeks in to face Michael Busch. He has to get through this inning. Leiter does, to qualify for the win. I wonder where Al Leiter's eyes are going to go if he walks Suzuki. I'm guessing he's going to go right to that Ranger dugout to see if Skip Schumacher is going to come out and make a move.
There's a strike. Check swing at a high heater, and he went around. You don't buy it?
50-50.
So Seiya walks. And now decision time for the Rangers with Jack Leiter.
Decision's been made.
Focused Jack Leiter. 97 pitches, 4 and 2/3 innings. Skip a slow stroll to the mound, takes the ball away from Jack Leiter. And it's time for a pitching change, brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time here in the 5th. Leiter out, Jalen Beeks in. 4-0 Cubs trail in the top of the 5th, and this is the 18th appearance for the lefty.
The Rangers bullpen has put up very good numbers. He's got a 2.87 ERA for 17 appearances. They don't have a lot of power arms, certainly relative to most of the modern bullpens, but they've been very effective. Beeks fastball at 93, changeup and a cutter, and some funk. Short arm delivery kind of hides the ball behind his hip. Big burly left-hander. He's got an old school vibe to him, this guy. 5'11", 215 ish.
Check swing from Busch. Yes, he did. stays alive. Swing and a miss, strike three. Bush down on strikes. Suzuki stranded. Middle 5, 4-0. Cubs trail. Four nothing Cubs trail. Bottom of the 5th inning. Edward Cabrera on for his 5th inning of work. About to throw pitch number 70. Here to start things off against Justin Foscue. Let's take it for a strike. Alex Cohen, Jim Deshaies, Elise Menaker here from Globe Life Field. Cubs 2nd of 9 consecutive road games. Three here against the Rangers, 3 against the Braves, and 3 against the White Sox.
I believe this is the longest road trip of the year for the Cubs. And, you know, the fact that the final leg of it is back in Chicago, so it's a road trip-ish.
Road ballpark, but no road hotel. That's it well to left field. Ian Happ back. It's towards the corner, and it's gone. Just above the yellow line, down the line, Justin Foscue. Solo homer. 5-0 Rangers lead in the 5th.
Talked about Cabrera's command issues here tonight. Mistake in the middle of the plate, and Foscue with his first big league home run. Laser right down the line.
It's curveball. Both swings and misses. Bottom half of the lineup doing a lot of the damage for the Rangers.
Yeah, this is the kind of game, and again, you know, I think the term was, the first time I heard it was in the NBA when they talked about teams knowing how to lose, and not that Craig Counsell's cashing in his chips here. And it's the kind of game you're watching as a fan. You're like, why doesn't he make a pitching change? It's not going well for Edward tonight. He's getting knocked around. And you have to have the big picture view.
Hard up the middle. Dansley positioned nicely over to first, and it gets Nimmo. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, you just can't burn through your bullpen. I mean, you're down 5 runs. You want to save your guys for when you're trying to protect leads. You know, the fact that Assad was able to come in and do what he did behind Ben Brown. Assad went 3 2/3 last night. Rolison a third of an inning. Roberts an inning. So the bullpen, the guys, the leverage guys, Milner, Webb, Maton, they've had a chance to reset. Valencia's plenty fresh, so you just have to be careful how you manage your bullpen. Always have an eye towards tomorrow as well as the game you're playing.
Do you think that would be coordinated differently if the Cubs bullpen was 100% healthy?
I don't think a game like this, no. I think a game like this, you're just
getting through it.
Yeah, I mean, you're waiting. If your guys make a run, if you start to score, then you have to adjust on the fly, and all of a sudden all those guys that I just mentioned become in play again. They become options.
Edward Cabrera, 80 pitches through 4 1/3.
Yeah, if this is a 5-3 game right now, there's either Edwards out of the game or at least somebody's warming up. But it's 5-0. He's only at 80 pitches.
That swing by Ezekiel Duran reminded me of a recent former Ranger. Reminded me of Adolis Garcia. But yeah, we swing full momentum and sort of lean out of the box. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
5 strikeouts now for Cabrera, all swinging. Seager twice has gone down swinging. First time he chased a high fastball. Last time Cabrera beat him with a real good changeup. And now Counsell is going to activate the bullpen.
There's a strike. And listen, this hasn't been one of Edward Cabrera's best starts, getting hit around a little bit, but still striking out hitters. He has 5 double-digit swings and misses. Throwing hard enough, topping out at 97 tonight. Good foul by Seager. And that looks to be former Texas Ranger Jacob Webb warming up in the bullpen. The Cubs acquired Edward Cabrera. You were looking at some of his game logs from 2025. 8 innings, 11 strikeouts, 5 2/3 innings, 10 strikeouts, 7 innings, 10 strikeouts. And we haven't quite had an outing like that. And Corey Seager strikes out swinging on cue. 6th strikeout of the game for Cabrera. A home run for Justin Foscue. 5-0 Rangers lead. Field game 2 of 3. Cubs Rangers into the 6th inning. Rangers 5, Cubs nothing. Jalen beats his 2nd inning of work. Bottom 3rd of the order, Carson Kelly, Pete Crow, Armstrong, Dansby, Swanson. Kelly takes a fastball high. Jim, the Cubs have no runs on 3 hits, but they've stranded 9. It's because they've drawn a lot of walks, but stranded 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th.
And they weren't able to deliver the knockout blow on Jack Leiter the way they did on Rocker last night.
Towards 3rd, backhanded behind the bag, Young. Strong throw to 1st, and it gets Carson Kelly. Man.
Close play at first base. There will be no challenge. Let's take a look. Young, who made the error earlier. A little redemption here. Nice play. Good, strong throw.
Foul ground. Pete taps it to 2nd. Duran to 1st. 2 away. Pete's working quickly. Strikes out Bush in the 5th. 2 quick outs in the 6th. Swanson takes it low. Yesterday's attendance 32,394. Feels like we have a little bit more than that tonight. Cubs fans have been out in full force the first 2 games. A lot of blue hats. Could go either way with the colors. Cubs or Rangers. 2-1. Skied to shallow center. Carter in. Makes the catch. 1-2 inning for Jalen Beeks. Cubs have been held scoreless. It's a 5-0 game in the 6th. Back here at Globe Life Field, it is the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's time for a pitching change. It's brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Edward Cabrera out and Jacob Webb in.
Now the veteran right-hander on for the 17th time now, a 352 earned run average. Jacob last worked on Wednesday through 14 pitches.
First pitch is a strike. The former Texas Ranger last year with Texas, 55 appearances, a 3 flat ERA, 66 innings pitched. JD, look at Jacob Webb, Phil Maton, and Hobie Milner. I feel like they pitched 40% of the Rangers bullpen outings from 2025.
Yeah, they did. They got their work in with the Rangers, that trio.
Josh Young is getting his work in tonight. Josh Young with a base hit, and for more on Jacob Webb, let's send it down to Elise Menaker.
Alex, he told me that his season last year with the Rangers and this year with the Cubs, they kind of started out similarly, where he struggled in the first month and then things started to click. He said that early on he's just been searching and just putting pressure on himself, and then gave himself that reminder, hey, this is just a kid's game. I got to go out there and have fun. Something that sticks out to him about the Cubs, the way they pay attention to the little things. He says they manage the workload, especially that recovery, as JD was hitting on earlier. Just when you look at the bullpen and the situations with this staff, that has stuck out to Webb, exactly how they manage all of that. Last year with the Rangers, he said he pitched a lot of multiple innings, so he just learned, I got to be ready.
Jacob Webb, this is his 17th appearance.
This changeup plays very well against left-handed hitters. The changeup is his best pitch.
Fires a fastball for a strike. Just caught the corner. Just missed there. Webb made his big league debut against the Cubs' next opponent, or as the Cubs' next opponent, with the Braves in 2019. That's ball 4.
Now the Cubs have not had any issues, and by the Cubs I mean Edward Cabrera, with the top of the Rangers batting order here tonight. 1, 2, 3 in the batting order combined to go 0 for 9 with 5 punch outs. It's the middle of the order and bottom of the order that's done the damage. Peterson, big part of it.
Jock takes a breaking ball for a strike. Josh Young out of the 4 spot, 3 for 3. Evan Carter's been on base twice with 2 walks. And you said Jock single in the second, RBI double in the 4th. Peterson swings and misses. A home run swing for him. He hasn't homered over his last 8 games, and he has 1 homer over his last 27 games. Did foul. Jock Peterson, a former Cub, signed with the Cubs 2021, played 73 games and dealt to Atlanta. Bryce Ball. JD, when the Cubs played the Braves during the week, there will be a lot of crossover that series between former Braves, current Cubs. Talking about Jacob Webb, Dansby Swanson. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Jacob Webb, big strikeout.
Well, perhaps Peterson thinking change up here, but saw that ball up in his eyes, got greedy, took a big hack at it. Another guy with a couple of knocks here, Osuna.
2 for 2 with an RBI single. Bounce that one back at the screen. One of those RBI singles on a really good pitch by Edward Cabrera. Elevated outside changeup that he just poked in the left field. Get you a final line on Edward Cabrera in a moment. I believe it was 5 innings, 5 runs, 6 hits. 6 Ks. Lofted to left, slicing down the line, and it's fouling out of play. 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 6 Ks, 1 walk. Unfortunately, in line would be his first Cubs loss. Pop up, shallow left field. Dansby Swanson onto the outfield grass, makes the catch. Kyle Higashioka. Back at the screen.
The Rangers have been pretty aggressive here, attacking a lot of first pitch strikes. Last night they're held to just 2 hits.
And Brown had a no-hitter through 4, swing and a miss. First hit for the Rangers was an RBI single by Justin Foskey with the 5th. Yesterday, Foskey homered today.
That was about a foot inside.
Two from Jacob Webb. It's close. First and second, 2 outs. 1-2 delivery. Line over the head of Bregman and into left field for a base hit. Young rounds third. Throw home is cut off. It's an RBI single. And it's 6-0 Rangers in the 6th.
Keeping with the theme of the night, more production from the bottom of the batting order. You see Carson kind of slide inside. Look like they're going to try to tie him up in on his hands, and Jacob just left it out over the plate a little bit.
Brings out pitching coach Tommy Hotovy. With Jacob Webb, 6-0 Rangers lead. Alex Cohen, Jim DeShays, Elise Menaker here from Globe Life Field. Jim, the Rangers are in an interesting spot. They come into this game 17-21. They're 3 games back in the AL West. And an unlikely team leading the AL West, it's the West Sacramento Athletics, coming into today 20-18. Seems like the division is up for grabs.
Oh, big time, yeah. It's wide open. You know, the Mariners kind of the odds-on favorite at the start of the season, and still feel pretty good about their chances to win this division. I'm talking about the Mariners. I saw a note today. Every team in the American League is within 3 games of a playoff spot right now. So, tightly bunched, rather mediocre American League so far. Pretty much at the quarter pole of the season.
Yeah, well, on Sunday, there are only 2 teams in the American League with a record above 500. That is now doubled. It's 4. Runners are off. Popped up foul. Well out of play. We saw a trade earlier today. It was from the National League. Patrick Bailey, multiple-time Gold Glover catcher with the Giants, dealt to the Guardians. And people saying, oh, they're selling. Go get Logan Webb. Logan Webb placed on the injured list. And I'm not sure the Bailey trade was one of selling. They have younger catchers who they want to get playing time to. That begs the question, the teams that are struggling, are they at least making calls to get rid of some of their most touted players? It's tapped to short. Dansby Field steps on second, and it ends the bottom of the 6th. Rangers tack on another run. Cubs trail 6-0.
Hey folks, catch your next Cubs game from the Yeti Yard. Starting at just 4 tickets, your group will enjoy reserved seating, snacks, a ballpark meal, and a private Yeti beverage cooler stocked for the game. Learn more at Cubs.com/premier. Great vantage point. Got your own little turf out there. Kind of like with the bleacher people, but you got your own special little section. You could thumb your nose at them.
Kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Well, Beeks is done, and Cole Winn is on now for the 17th time.
With a 5.14 ERA in 2025, really good with the Rangers. Here's a fastball taken for a strike. He had a 1.51 ERA in 33 appearances. That's after a .59 ERA in AAA in 17 appearances to start off the season. He takes a strike. Nico 0 for 3 today, 0 for 8 this series. He swings and misses strike 3. It's in the dirt. Throw down the first, 1 away. Cole Winn in appearances this season. The Rangers have won a little over 62% of their games, .625 winning percentage, 10 wins, 6 losses. Conforto a half-hearted swing.
Late breaking cutter there at 92 miles an hour.
Six nothing Rangers lead. Conforto, another hard hit ball, but it's right at Foscue. Underhands the first, and it gets Conforto.
Foscue having himself a game, both in the field and at the plate. One of the strengths of the Rangers, maybe the strength of the Rangers so far this year, has been their bullpen. 2.93 bullpen ERA, tops in the big leagues. You see the Cubs in the middle of the package at 383.
Bregman takes a strike. 1-1. Cubs only have 3 hits tonight. Double by Conforto in the first. Single by Bush in the second. Double by Swanson. Foul. Offense has been just so steady throughout the year, especially during their 2 10-game winning streaks. Check swing, Bregman held up. Two delivery. Rolled over foul. Bregman stays alive.
So Cole Winn, an outstanding prep career. Orange Lutheran High School in California. He had a 0.20 ERA. He went 8-2. I don't know how he lost 2 games with a 0.20 ERA. 120 strikeouts in 70 innings.
Bregman to left. Ozuna goes back and he makes the catch. Hard hit ball for Bregman. Nothing to show for it. Comes down in order. We're at stretch time at Globe Life Field. Attention aspiring young broadcasters, submit your best play-by-play call of a Cubs highlight for a chance to win a VIP experience at Wrigley Field. Enter the Winchester Junior Broadcaster Contest at MarqueeSportsNetwork.com/junior broadcaster. Scan the QR code. New pitcher for the Cubs, Ethan Roberts.
Just off the IL and worked in last night's ball game. Back out there tonight. This was his 5th appearance with the big club this year. Just 3 2/3 innings of work. Cabrera went 5 innings, allowed 5 runs on 7 hits. And Webb an inning, 1 run on 2 hits. Moises Ballesteros has moved in behind the plate to catch Roberts.
So for Moises Ballesteros, remember he got the start behind the dish in San Diego. Matthew Boyd was pitching and now getting some meaningful innings at the catcher position. All part of his growth and acclimating to that position at the big league level. So Ethan Roberts. Start things off with Brandon Nimmo. And the pitch is taken down the middle for a strike. Now I know when Moises Ballesteros was really swinging the bat well, JD, we're looking at fans, hearing it. When is Moises Ballesteros going to get his opportunity to play every day, whether it's as a DH or catch? This is a really good opportunity to get some big league innings and work with a pitcher he's worked with before in Ethan Roberts at the AAA level, somebody who doesn't throw a myriad of pitches and really get some work.
Yeah, I don't think Mo will get a lot of time behind the plate this year unless there's an injury. But yeah, obviously valuable to get back there. So he's doing a lot of work pre-game, catching bullpens. The throwing piece of it is an issue. Doesn't throw particularly well. That's why they liked him with Boyd out there, because Boyd's got that great pickoff move and really shut down the running game.
One, two. And is it fair to say that if you're a catcher and you're working on things, the throwing part of it is probably the most difficult one to fix or improve on?
You can either throw or you can't,
yeah,
for the most part. I mean, you can improve the footwork, be a little bit quicker to make up for some deficiencies in arm strength.
I remember being down in the minors and see some catchers work with like weighted ball programs.
Yeah, the same thing that the pitchers do.
2-2 from Roberts. Check swing, high heater. Didn't go around. What do you got, JD?
Far enough for me.
Spoken like a true pitcher. I agree.
Rung him up.
Foul it out of play.
Hey, the Reds won their ball game today. They beat the Astros 3-1. They dropped 8 in a row.
Roberts payoff. Again. JD, I missed that scoreboard update. What'd you say?
The Reds, who had lost 8 in a row, beat the Astros.
Oh. Get more walks. Finale of a 3-game set tomorrow. Pitching probables. The Cubs, it's Jameson Taillon. And for the Rangers, you might have heard from him, is Jacob deGrom.
Strikeout to walk ratio for deGrom gets your attention. 47 punch-outs and only 8 walks.
One delivered. For deGrom. Already his 4th year in Texas. You just sync up. You have Jacob deGrom, New York Met. And he was with the Mets from 2014 to 2022. But he's been with the Rangers for 4 years already. This is by Saros, heads out to the mound to talk to Ethan Roberts. There's some loud noises coming from the seating bowl. You know why? I think we have the wave. Yep, we do have a wave. It's right now in right center field.
Let me know when it gets here. I don't want to miss it.
We already started a Let's Go Cubs chant. You'll be participating in the wave. Stand up and stretch. This is not an anti-wave crowd. Here we go. Ooh. Inside to Duran. He backed up like it hit him, but it's a foul ball.
Yeah, he didn't really try to sell it, did he? The knob of the bat or the handle just above the hands. Yeah, it's brushing the knob of the bat on the way by.
So you're saying you should have acted? Dance around, throw the bat.
Yeah, well, see guys do that, try to sell it.
Foul it out of play.
Phillies winners tonight. They beat the Rockies 9-3. They've been playing really good ball under Don Mattingly.
They won 9-3. That's after Bryce Harper left the game in the first inning with a migraine.
He's inching their way back, just 4 games below 500 now after that horrific start. Mets continue to scuffle. So there's been a lot of talk about what the Mets will do in terms of a trade deadline. Still a long time to go before these teams have to make a decision how they're going to play it.
Chopper to third. Bregman fields second for 1. Throw to first, not in time. Fielder's choice. Tough to get Ezekiel Duran motoring down the line, doubling him off. Seager takes a first pitch strike.
Well, when you've been up 3 times and you punch out 3 times, that'd be time to make an adjustment, change the approach a little bit.
Takes it low and away. Breaking ball taken low.
Padres 3, Cardinals 1, top of the 8th in San Diego.
Padres are another team that play, or at least to this point, better baseball on the road than they do at home. Lost 2 of 3 to the Cubs at home. Rolled over to second. Nico to second. That's 1 to first. And there's a double play. 4-6-3 twin killing. Nico to Dansby to Bush and Ethan Roberts with the scoreless 7th. Nice defense from the Cubs as we go to the 8th. Game summary time, and it's brought to you by Wintrust. Cubs trailing 6-0. Edward Cabrera, 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 6 Ks, and a walk in line for the loss. Jack Leiter, a no decision, 4 2/3 innings, struck out 6 and walked a season high 5. Josh Young, 3 for 3 with a solo homer.
This pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time, and it's the young right-hander Gavin Collier into the ballgame, a rookie. Had not appeared in a big league game prior to this season, and so far so good. An ERA of 0 for 7 2/3.
Pop up for Happ, middle of the infield, and 1 away.
Mentioned that the Rangers don't have quite as many power arms as many bullpens, and you could lump the Cubs into that category as well. This guy is an exception, though. He's got a heater that he runs up there around 98 miles per hour.
It's interesting. You were talking about the Rangers having a good bullpen, but not a lot of guys that throw hard. It somewhat mirrors the Cubs bullpen. Collier, their version of, I guess, 2025 Daniel Palencia. Young reliever, throws hard, explosive fastball. That wasn't a fastball.
Collier, a 12th round pick back in 2019 out of a high school in Georgia.
Suzuki tonight. 0 for 2 with a walk. So it takes a strike at 96. Two. Squibbert in front of the mound, picked up, throw to first, and it's wide of the first baseman Foscue. It's into right field. Seiya to second, and the Cubs have a runner in scoring position.
I'm guessing base hit E2. We'll see how they score it. If it is a hit, it'll just be the 4th hit of the night for the Cubs. A little swinging bunt. He'll be hitting an error.
Michael Bush takes a strike. Bush, one of those 4 hits, single in the second. Cubs have yet to score. Last time they were shut out April 26th at LA. Fastball at 98. Bush, pop-up, shallow left. Ozuna towards foul territory, and he makes the catch. So now 2 away, and Moises Ballesteros gets his first at-bat of the series. Ballesteros has been the primary DH last 2 games. Michael Conforto's been the DH.
Might see Mo back in there tomorrow, but it's hard to take Conforto out of the lineup right now, the way he's been swinging it.
It's a strike at 97. Conforto as an option, Ballesteros as an option, and then against left-handed pitching, you have Matt Shaw as an option. Check swing, Ballesteros, 1 around and a little frustrated. Ballesteros lashes it to center. Carter makes the catch, and it ends the top of the 8th. Cubs trail 6-0. Bottom 8 here at Globe Life Field. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Game 2 of this 9-game road trip. Alex Cohen, Jim DeShays, Elise Menaker. And inning number 2 for Ethan Roberts. Now back at the screen.
See if he can have some luck with Young, who's 3 out of 3 here tonight. Elise is probably somewhere in a food coma, having eaten that whole sombrero.
What'd you say?
Still working on that sombrero?
I gave it away. I offered it to someone. He took the whole thing. Like, no hesitation.
JD, I think you just awoke Elise from a nap. Did you get to try a lot of it, Elise?
I didn't try any of it, to be honest.
None of it?
It was such a hit. I let the people have their nachos.
Young lifts it to left. Hat makes the catch, 1 away.
He didn't miss that one by much.
JD, you know what I take some umbrage with? The fact that it was a nacho sombrero and it had difficulty putting it on Elise's head.
I wanted to see Elise wearing that. I was under the understanding it was a wearable.
So the nachos, like the chips were in the middle.
Yeah.
Roll over to second, and now 2 outs.
And let's just say it would have been an absolute mess if I tried to put that on my head. Yeah, so I opted just to walk around holding it.
I think you should have done it.
I think it would have been an absolute disaster.
That's
you know
why
I would have done it.
That's why I think you should have done it. For the story.
It would have been. No one would. It would have been on the floor.
I mean, Elise, you've already been forced to dress up as a hot dog.
No one forced me to do that. Let's be clear.
Oh, voluntarily.
Yeah, we volunteered to do that.
It's called committing to the bit.
That's right. How could I have done that? Not wearing it is the question.
Away. Backdoor breaking ball.
Elisa, have you ever heard the name Ping Bodie?
No, should I?
No. He was like a contemporary of Babe Ruth. I think he actually roomed with Ruth for a time way back in the day. But he was a famous eater.
Ping Bodie?
Ping Bodie.
I like Ping.
Any relation to David?
No, not that well, you never know. No, he was B-O-D-I-E. But they staged an eating competition between he and Percy the ostrich. And there was a pasta eating competition, and the ostrich lost to Ping. The ostrich apparently just face planted in like its 11th plate of pasta. And Ping became the undisputed champion.
Chopper to second. Nico to first, and it ends the bottom of the 8th. Ethan Roberts scoreless frame as we go to the 9th. All right, we're back here at Globe Life Field. Welcome to the Budweiser broadcast booth, brought to you by Budweiser. Cubs fans for 150 years. This Bud's for you. Here in the Budweiser broadcast booth, Alex Cohen, Jim DeShays. Cubs trailing by a score of 6-0, and unfortunately, JD, just a little bit of a clunker so far tonight.
Yeah, I really thought that the Cubs are going to win every game the rest of the year.
Me too.
So this is very disappointing to see this winning streak in jeopardy of falling. But hey, you never know. Still got 3 outs to play with. Could be the most epic comeback of the year.
Well, at least with the Cubs, they had one 10-game winning streak a couple weeks ago. Then they lost 3, then they won 10 straight wins again. So you have an opportunity at least to do it 3 times in a year.
Start another one, yeah. Why not?
Glass half full.
Falls to J-Mo tomorrow against Jacob deGrom. Cubs had chances to change the narrative here tonight early on. Had a lot of base runners, just could not push through.
Two to Pete. So Pete Crow Armstrong trying to extend his on-base streak to 13 games. Stays alive.
Matt Shaw will get in that bat. He's out on deck.
There it is. 13-game on-base streak for Pete Crow Armstrong. A leadoff walk.
The largest 9th-inning deficit overcome in the history of this fine game. 1901, the Tigers trailed Milwaukee by 9 runs.
I thought it'd be more than that.
First ever American League game. In the modern era, much more modern, August of 1990, the Phillies came back from down 8 in the 9th against the Dodgers. June 29th, 1952, the Chicago Cubs, the boys in blue, trailed the Reds 8-2 with 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the 9th. And they scored 7 runs to win 9-8 at a 0.01% win probability.
0-0-1. So that'll be 99-9. Simple math. The other way.
So don't give up, folks. You never know.
Never give up. Shaw rips it to center, but right at Evan Carter, who makes the catch. JD, during the Cubs winning streak, they have their fair share of come from behind victories. I think the one that sticks out to me is the Saturday night one, the Pete Crow Armstrong home run against Graham Ashcraft and Michael Busch walk-off walk.
Yeah.
Would you consider that an improbable comeback?
I would.
I think that constitutes improbable.
Absolutely. Mickey Lopez getting an at-bat here.
Swings and misses. Taps it over to first. And on the first, Lopez retired. Cubs down to their final out. Remember, fans, after tonight's game, make sure you watch Cubs post-game live. It'll be Cole Wright and Jason Kipnis, who currently have the rally caps on. Michael Conforto takes a first pitch ball. Take it away. Rangers got the scoring started in the second. Home run Josh Young, RBI single Alejandro Ozuna, and to this point haven't looked back. Foul ball from Conforto. Collier fires upstairs. There's a strike. Cubs have one challenge left.
Been worth it right there.
Conforto down to his final strike. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cubs lose 6-0, and it looks like they'll have to start another 10-game winning streak. This one snapped. Series all tied up at 1 at Globe Life Field.
Yeah, just, you know, kind of a sloppy game. Sloppy's probably not the right word, but kind of a clunker. Chances early, couldn't cash it in. Edward Cabrera not at his best here tonight. Got hit around a little bit, didn't have great command. Such is the nature of baseball.
All right, for Jim Deshaies, Elise Menaker, and our entire crew, I'm Alex Cohen. Thanks for watching Chicago Cubs baseball here on Marquee Sports Network. Unfortunately, your final score, the Texas Rangers 6 and the Chicago Cubs nothing. Start starters. Coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. Up next, Cubs postgame live with Wright.